My name's Ashley Schafer, and I'm going to talk a little bit about transitioning between horses. As a futurity trainer, most of us anyway have a lot of horses in training, and sometimes we have to run multiple horses in a small amount of time. This last weekend I went to a futurity. I was number 8 on my first horse, and I was number 55 on my last horse, and I ran 5 head. So, I'm running a horse every few drags, okay? So I had to really be able to get focused fast. For me personally, something I struggle with is keeping my adrenaline under control. I have a lot of electricity that runs through me. I'm a very high energy person, and I try to keep that, but I can't help it. So when I first start, usually I can keep my energy level very controlled, and I'm staying very quiet on my horses. Getting a horse to run is usually not an issue for me because of my electricity. So I'm always focused on staying quiet and just riding square to my spots. Okay, so usually on my first few, I can really keep that good. The thing that I'm focusing the most on right now is trying to keep that, my adrenaline under control for all of my horses. So the big important thing for me to do when I have that many horses that close together is between each horse, just take a deep breath, chill out, and let my blood pressure come back down a little bit, because naturally when we go fast, our adrenaline just gets to rolling, So that's something really huge for me. So lately I've been doing a lot of just kind of deep breathing and just sitting quiet and letting the horse just, I'll lope around and stuff, but then just kind of sit there, and I'll try to get away from everybody, okay? Because at the barrel race, there's a lot of people there and you want to visit, and I love to visit. So, I will, but it's really important for me to get, this is my job, and I have to get my mind wrapped around what I'm doing. So it's good for me to just kind of go sit by myself a little bit and focus, and not even necessarily on the run, just on calming down, because for me, it's pretty well the same for every horse. I know where my spots are, and I'm consistent with that. So the only thing I really have to tell myself before I run is just to ride square to my spots and stay seated through my turns. So it's not the run itself, it's just keeping my emotions in check between runs. So I think that's really important. It's also important to think about the horse that you're on. Some of the horses that I have are really free runners, and some of them are a little radier, so I have to adjust a little bit, but I'm pretty consistent with the way that I ride. I ride most of them the same regardless, and I just train them a little different accordingly. So like this horse, for example, he's a pretty free runner. So in my tuning, I work him to where I can still ride quiet like I do and ride up there, and then when I sit down, I know that he'll come back to me because I've tuned him that way. Where a horse that's a little radier, I maybe won't stop them there. I might go straight past the barrel a little bit, but I'm still gonna ride the same. Like I'll still ride square to that spot and sit like I would, because I'm gonna have to sit to prepare myself for that turn. But I teach that horse that when I sit, they can rate and go straight, keep going straight. Or a horse that's really, really ratey, I won't rate them necessarily right there. I'll still sit, but I want them to keep moving and keep reaching, okay? So some of my horses I gather at that spot. Some of my horses I might sit and squeeze my legs and make them kind of reach that front end and get up there a little bit more. I want to keep that really good forward motion. So I just adjust my tuning process a little bit so that I don't have to, the day of the show, be changing the way that I ride for 5 different horses in 45 runs, because that's going to be really hard to do. So if we can adjust our training to where we can ride consistently the same on all 5 horses, we're going to be more successful most likely.